Hello. These are the two racers today. Adam, mystery tournament winner. Zenic, mystery tournament player. Who will win? Both with solid win rates, although Adams is out of this world. Yes, Zenic has been in MT for a very long time. This is their 16th mystery tournament. That means they've only missed one. Adam showed up, I don't know, MT10-ish, MT9? Some point. Yeah, first joined at MT10, there we go. I hope we get to play this game. We've been redrawing a lot. These are experienced players. All right. We have a game. It will look familiar to other games that we've played. But we've never actually played this one on stream. Looks like we had this game in later rounds because we thought it was hard. Not because it's long. And I have a feeling it won't be that long because Adam is pretty good at games. Discover rules. And so you guys can look forward to that. I'm pretty bad at this game and the other games in the series that we've played, but I love it anyway. I think it's so much fun. I might. I just might. Not if I don't get another commentator, I won't. But the issue is that I just got home from work, so I don't have them downloaded. So like I'm gonna have to download it while streaming it, which is fine. One uses download and one uses upload, but it's if I don't get somebody else to talk about these things, then I can't just like stop paying attention to the race and start downloading stuff. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this game's a ton of fun. And I'm looking forward to showing it to everybody. Oh, that... you don't need to feel bad. Nobody needs to feel bad. I wanted to stream. Had a bad day of weekend work. It was total BS. I'm much happier to be here. Zenic may be the only person that has like a custom logo for their avatar. I've always appreciated it. Fidelity could probably be improved a little bit if he still has the original file. But regardless, I think the design is pretty well thought out. I guess I just figured Hopscotches was just a picture of hopscotch that they got from just like Google Images. I never really looked that close at it. There are two games in this series that are similar to each other, and this series, like, there's a first game in this series, but it's much older and it's like much worse. This one, despite being so similar to a game that we've raced a couple times, is different. Like, it is different. But also, what I was meaning to say, after my brain got away from me, is that we've never raced it in MT before. We've got MAME difficulties. Because when don't we? They're not so bad, though. I've seen worse MAME difficulties than this. Multi-arcade, multi-emulator. I don't know what it means. I see. Yeah, that is custom. Well, nice job, Hopscotch. You're right, I was ignoring. Multiple arcade machine emulator. Wow. Adam, what are you doing? Do not assign. Here's the rule. Here's the rule with MAME, everybody. Unless you're like a MAME enthusiast, which maybe you are, but you're probably not. You're probably just playing it because you got an arcade game for Mystery Tournament. Start the game, then hit tab, then go input this machine, and only edit the controls for that machine. Or else you're going to get really confused. The next time you load up a game, it's going to be weird. Do not edit controls until you load the game. That one's too deep for me, Shrambles. If you're talking like Oklahoma era musicals, I don't know nothing. I'm not gonna get that reference. I'm sorry.
Oh no, man, yeah.
I believe that there's a musical called MAME. I just, you know. Yeah, the best button is a Mahjong 11. All right. Let's see it. Nope. I still got yesterday's vodcast on. Now let's see it. Neo Drift Out. New technology. What is the new technology, you might ask? It's zooming the camera. That's the new technology. When you played Drift Out 94, there was no zooming. But now there's a lot. And that's the new technology. Nice.
Drift out. New technology.
Go! How to play. Left, right. You don't need to do it. Just mash. Just mash. Let's go. Yeah, the Subaru. Zenic styling. The Subaru Impreza. That's you don't know Subaru? Oh no, we didn't think about that. Okay. Here we go. Neo Drift Out, new technology. Subarus are cool. Subarus and Mitsubishis are cool, so there's two cool cars in this game. The goal is to see what the rally driver tells you, and then do that thing. Well, with the rally passenger, your co-pilot. Sometimes there's split paths. Sometimes you should take them, sometimes you shouldn't. I mean, it's just kind of whatever. But the important thing is that you get to the end before the time runs out. And in this game, there's checkpoints. Unlike in Drift Out 94, where your time will be increased, you can tell if it's a checkpoint because it'll say CP on the right instead of G for goal. Adam is in the second half of this course and heading toward the goal. Driving very well. Stage 2, African stage. They have spears. It's probably not great, but here we are. Regardless, the Subaru still works just fine. Zenic also, moving on to stage 2, has not failed the first stage. It's a good pick-me-up. Failing the first stage, it'd be an emotional blow. Adam chooses not to take most alternate paths. This is fine as long as you drive well. But if you drive poorly, sometimes the alternate paths can make up a little bit of time because they're faster. Oh no! This game's on the Neo Geo. Making it, but like, not easily. Only 3 seconds left. You gotta drive well to beat Neo Drift Out, new technology. Well, the timer being tight just makes this game a little bit better because it's more of a race. Because it's very reasonable to fail these levels. They're not easy. Yeah, Adam's going all alternate paths now. This is a pretty difficult path, though. Look at these drifts. So the way you control this game is you just press left and right, and then go and brake. You don't, like, if you press left, it's left relative to the way your car is facing. You don't press up to go up. And that might take a little bit of getting used to, I guess, but I find it controls pretty well. Adam going over these patches of ice, but not turning, so it doesn't really matter. Wow, finishing that level easily. You can see Zenic having a more typical experience with this game, where the timer's tight and it's not just automatic that you're gonna win all the levels. Sometimes when it says speed down, that means that you're driving on rough dirt that will lower your speed. But sometimes it's worth it to just cut the corner, so you gotta kind of weigh that. Yeah, if you first tried everything, this would be a pretty fast game. I don't remember my test time, but it was far from first trying everything. Because I'm not that good at these kind of games, but I do really enjoy them. Adam is making it look easy. I can tell you that it isn't. In any way easy. Also, these guys, like, they're there. They, like, have physics. They gotta get out of your way. Look at this time on Adam. This is, like, a lot of time left. No, maybe not. Maybe not. It wasn't quite as close to the goal as I thought. Yeah, this is the end here. Oh! Time over, minus 0.23. That's so sad. I feel so sad for left player's name. My time was 1 hour and 7 minutes. And that's because I had a lot of fails in the later levels. But I was having a good time. I think Adam's time will be closer to 20 minutes. If that. So yeah, what Myth is saying is important. It's good to react to the indicators that pop up on screen and not really to the turns. There's a consistent timing. I mean, they're not all like exactly the same, but in general, when the thing comes up based on how fast you're going, you have an idea of where the turn's going to be. Also, unlike Drift Out 94, you actually have to finish the race, which sucks. You might eventually, like, I think maybe if you're over 10 seconds, it's like, no, you suck. You gotta go back. Yeah, you gotta let you. Zenic, you were breaking the car. What are you doing? Good viral video reference right there. Zenic on the ice stage, so only one behind Adam now. I didn't notice when Zenic made it, but so sorry about that. Game has some pretty epic music, which is fun. I like the voice. Okay, this time Zenic says, I'm not turning there. And I think that was a better move. Zenic 3 seconds behind. Sometimes it's difficult to make up that time. You do get used to the zooming on the turns, but... Man, 0.88! Adam making it through. So, I'm pretty sure in the snow... Oh, jeez! You don't want to take that jump too hard. I'm pretty sure in the snow you have less traction. Certainly on the ice. Nice, Adam taking the shortcut the first try. I remember taking that shortcut, but not being able to get it the very first time I saw it. That's pretty crazy. I find having a very good memory helps with this game. facial memory. I don't know. Adam's going crazy. He went for that shortcut, even though it didn't look too good to me. But I guess we were going a little bit toward the finish, so we'll have to see. Because the rally drivers, the other guy, the guy who's giving you the things is usually in the car with you looking at some map. So I like when you go over a jump, he's in the passenger seat and he just says, "Wow!" Okay, nice. Yeah, Adam was not too far behind. I think, you know, we saw where they could make up the time, but... Ooh, Adam didn't take the shortcut this time, but it's not, you know, much of a shortcut. I think it only really matters if you take that turn, like, really well. 44 at the checkpoint. That's only relevant if we can remember that 44, if Adam doesn't make this, and we can see what they're at the checkpoint next time. Still taking this wiggly shortcut. I guess I'm all for it if they can keep up the speed. Ooh. Recovered out of that pretty well. Zenic moving on to stage 4. We hear the ominous countdown. Ooh, rough crash right there. Oh, 0.62. We've got made it. We're on to Great Britain stage. Doesn't look much like Great Britain, does it? Zenic landed right on top of that guy. It's ruthless out here on the rally. Course? Yeah, we're gonna go with course. Track? Wow! Too many wows. I think Zenic probably is not gonna be able to make this with that many wows. I know the wows were on Adam's screen, but that was after Zenic ran into 2 rocks. So this course, stage 6, I found super difficult. Took me forever. You had to be pretty much perfect. For all I know, it's the final stage. I don't know how many stages are in this game. I don't remember anymore. Long time ago that I played this. Ooh, and Adam, yep, 1.6 seconds behind. Pretty sure the first time I finished this, I was like 10 seconds behind, so still way ahead of my progress, but probably not gonna make it this time. What do you think of the bells in this song? You don't hear too many songs with, like, church bells in them. Wow! I'm taking a lot of speed down there. Every once in a while, these AI racers would just be in my way. Three seconds at the checkpoint. I don't remember where Adam was before, but that seems low. Oh, this is a shorter... Uh-oh, did a tick backwards at one point. That's not good. You want to go back toward the checkpoint. The game was just having trouble keeping track of where he was. Oh no! 1.6, is this worse? That's worse. -2. Adam's gonna have some issues on this stage. It's totally reasonable. It's a difficult stage. I don't know if the cars are actually different, but we did make them pick the same one. FAO probably chose the Subaru because that was the goal for Drift Out 94. It also had a blue Subaru. Wow! Ooh, yeah, that turn's actually pretty difficult. You gotta make it as soon as you land, and that you just kind of have to remember. But then there's also the issue of execution. Zenic pretty far behind there. 4 seconds. It's difficult when you're really far behind and you like don't see where that time is gonna come from. I've certainly been in that situation game playing before. Further on this checkpoint compared to last time. Last time Adam was below 3 seconds. This time they were above 4. Left. Oh, 0.15, the finish. And I believe that's the game. Incredible. 18:31, beating my time by 42... No, an hour 7 by 49 minutes. Man. No, more than that. Oh, no, maybe not. It's hard to do math on stream. Yeah, 49 minutes. Well, you could see why that might take somebody 49 minutes, because the levels are really hard. But Adam beat several levels with just barely under 1 second on like 3 or 4 levels. So just skin of their teeth. But yeah, awesome. Awesome job. And the first to finish this race, which includes some other strong racers. See if we can get some Zenic audio so we can hear those church bells again. Yeah, so I would say, in general, Drift Out 94 is the better game because it has more courses and doesn't have this zoom-in thing. But if you like Drift Out 94, the game's still good. It's a lot of fun.
Hello, hello.
Hey there, Adam. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was quite a tough little race up there.
Yeah, you were close on like 2 or 3 levels under 1 second. I remember correctly.
I think basically the last 3 levels were all like that.
Yeah. You cut my time by 49 minutes.
Oh, okay. Holy shit.
I spent a long time on that final. You saw how tight you needed to be.
Oh yeah.
I just had issues with the execution there, but so we put this in later rounds only, not because it's long, but just because it's hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember the previous game that I saw the race of it. It's really tight.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're just gonna squeeze those quarters out of you.
I would say this game is probably tighter than Drift Out 94, but there are fewer stages, so it just sort of depends. The zooming is not my favorite, but you get used to it. Did you find that bothered you?
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Look at
Actually,
Xenix.
I suppose.
It
Yeah,
zooms in every time they turn.
Oh yeah, I literally didn't even register that it was
Wonderful.
zooming.
You were in the zone.
I honestly, I put that like there were a couple of times the callouts were like too late, but otherwise, well, it's like actual rally. You just react to what's told to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
that
guess
one in the final stage where you go off a jump and the guy says "wow" and you run straight into a wall. So you gotta like
Yeah.
turn immediately. He doesn't tell you soon enough to turn. But I also like that. Presumably he's in the car with you. That's how it is with normal rally. So you're going over jumps and his reaction is "wow." Then you just go flying through the air.
I mean, what else do you say to that?
Exactly.
What's that? That one meme, the way the guy's just like, please, I
Yeah.
forget the guy's name. Damn it,
Samir. He says, Samir,
Samir,
you're breaking
please."
the car.
Samir, please, you're going to kill us all.
Yeah.
That's the one. But yeah, no, really, as far as like this era of games go, it's quite a good little rally game.
For sure. Yeah, really similar to Drift Out 94, but different. Yeah, Zenic is still on stage 4. Valiant effort. We'll stick with him for a little while.
Also, do we point out the character designs in Africa, or do
Yeah.
we just leave that be?
I mentioned it and said that's probably not good, and then moved on. I did notice that it's the same characters in Great Britain too, so it's a little. I don't think this ever got a U.S. release. It's a little odd. The whole thing is a little bit strange.
Yeah.
But it's certainly not probably very good.
When did this come out?
96.
Okay.
So
That,
too late to be
sadly
doing
lights
that,
up.
honestly. But regardless, I mean, it was the Subaru is cool. I know we got to fix that in the pay spin. That neither, or at least one of you, didn't know that Impreza was a Subaru.
I only knew because I watched the demo and it's like the Subaru Impreza, and I was like, oh, that's probably important to remember.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
here's
Okay.
the
Well,
thing.
we'll add that. I don't think anyone was
I kn-
expecting not to know the Subaru.
Like, I've been watching Initial D, but they just call them all by the models, so even though I'm like, oh yeah, the Impreza WRX, great rally car.
Yeah.
Who makes it? Ask again later.
Rough Zenic at 2 seconds under. I think had a better time before. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Subaru is like the best car or whatever. I only played with the Subaru because that was what was specified in the base bin. That's also the car we used for Drift Out 94, so it's just sort of a
I mean, if you're gonna pick
tradition.
a rally car, it's a good one. It's got the Yon Double D, or however they say it in Initial D.
yeah, I like the
Four-wheel drive.
Mitsubishis too. But yeah, we've I don't, man, and it sucks. You mess up early and there's not a lot you can do, because in this game you actually have to finish the course. Instead of Drift Out where it would immediately kick you out when you ran out of time. I think if you go over 10 seconds, it'll kick you out. But
It says Subaru on the car. Listen, I'm looking at the menus. Do you think I know what this car looks like? I don't even know what color it is.
It also
What is
shows
that, purple?
the manufacturer symbol in the bottom right, but you would have to know.
Yeah. As though you know, it's easily recognizable. It says a lot of things on the car. Thank you, man.
Wow.
Wow.
Zenic? I'm not sure. This is going to be pretty tight. I'm going to say probably no, but we'll have to see. Now comes the weird triple turn. No, darn, but close.
Yeah, it cuts it so tight that you can't just, because I noticed when watching the Drift Out 94 that it was like, if you can just drive the whole course without like a crash, you pretty much are right. Here, no, you actually need to optimize some turns or else you're screwed.
Yeah, well, you've got the speed down dirt on the edges of all the tracks.
Yeah.
And cutting corners is fast sometimes. And certain shortcuts, I think in general, if you drive perfectly, it doesn't matter which route you take, but certain ones can make up for driving poorly for sure.
Australians only know about utes? Not true. I know about Japanese cars because of Initial D, and that's where my knowledge ends.
You could probably make
Oh, and
it.
I could
could probably
probably
make a
identify a
Subaru
Holden.
Ute. I don't know if Subaru makes any trucks. They might. But I guess they're not exactly trucks either.
Listen, if you want to know where my car knowledge sits, I downloaded BeamNG a bit ago to try out I like driving because I don't drive in real life. I didn't realize that if you don't accelerate after you're in a manual, after you switch from neutral to first gear, you stall the engine. I just didn't know that was a thing. But apparently that's a thing, so like...
Manuals are hard to drive.
Oh.
Unless you're like gonna race. Get an automatic nowadays, folks. It's not worth it.
I like them in the concept of in a similar thing to like playing a game with all the assists turned off.
Oh.
You end up with a better understanding, and if I'm being perfectly honest with you,
That is
I think
true.
more people driving cars deserve a better understanding of the machine they are in.
It's very
like,
true.
They are like absolutely insane machines, and it's actually similar to my attitude towards guns. I think that the way we treat them is different from the appreciation from the engineering side, because they are fucking fantastic from the engineering side. It's like, holy shit, these things are impressive.
Well, there's certainly a lot to learn about cars. You could... It's true, it'd be good to have some idea of what's wrong when all of a sudden your car doesn't work one day. Oh, Zenic's always taking that turn a little late. That time was better than before. Yeah, this is a pretty good run.
Oh boy. Could be.
Stage 4
Is
and
this
6 were the two difficult ones for me. 5 I
sure.
didn't find that difficult. And I
Five
think
is
you might have
tricky,
first tried
but
it.
it's the easier. It's the easier of them. Is this the one with the 3 wows in a row?
No, that's 6. That's the final stage.
Okay. I like how I called them 3 wows. They're jumps.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's pretty, that's pretty memorable.
Yeah.
I think they should probably clear the boulders off the rally track before they use it, though.
I mean...
No, Zenic, no! No, go, go, go! Yes!
Oh!
Yes, we're good.
Oh, just barely.
Scandinavian stage.
Scandinavia. Which actually, looking at their outfits here, suddenly Africa makes more sense. There's
Well,
there's some stereotyping going on here.
It's the in the Great Britain stage, it looks like Africa again. That's the next stage. And it's like
Yeah.
Sahara. I don't really understand. I think they got a little confused somewhere along the way. But yeah, that's
Also,
some tangible
Matt D,
progress right there. We'll do the pop over even.
Pointing out that Australia has a big JDM, Japan Domestic Market scene. Australia has a big Asian everything.
'Cause it's close.
It's because of our location. We're
Yeah.
like we've just Like, we got anime shops, we got imports, all that shit comes down here.
So
Which, you know what? While we're watching, I do have a fun story, if you'll indulge me.
sure.
I've told it before on some streams, but it's the dojo that I train at for Naginata, with Naginata rather. It's found, which I can only remember the name, Otsuka. First came to Australia back, like sometime after World War II, and tensions were a bit high, and he's like, okay, how do I get all these Australians to sort of calm down? Oh, I know. The first people I'll bring over with me to like set up a company in that will be all the cute, giggling young Japanese secretaries, and then we can bring their husbands over to like a month or two later to help run things. Because of course, in that era, you better believe that the Australians would have reacted far more positively to a bunch of cute Japanese secretaries than normal Japanese businessmen, which I think is hilarious and yet also a genius idea to like change people's attitudes at the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it probably worked. I also want to point out Zenik 6 seconds behind on that stage, but like crashed a lot. I think on stage 4, if you crashed a lot, you'd be like 15 seconds behind. And that would be pretty similar on stage 6. So this stage 5 just has a lot less tight timing. Shouldn't be here for too long, I wouldn't think. Ooh, that's a weird... What was your... I noticed you took some shortcuts, you didn't take others. You kind of just have to learn. But...
I just kept going for the short ones.
Yeah.
The alternate paths, which were the darker color ones. If I saw that, I'm like, that's shorter. I trusted my skill to like carry me through and go faster.
Yeah, because they are harder a lot of the time. It does seem.
Yeah.
Zenik is having a lot of crashes here. It's difficult to say.
Yeah, like that one, Zenik just passes like it's very. There's a lot of twisting, but at the same time, if you take a good line through it,
yeah,
you can just sort of floor it and save a ton of time.
Wow, yeah. 4 seconds, and still, honestly, like, not a smooth drive, which is not to insult Zenik, but, like, me playing, that would make me feel good. That would be saying, man, I made a lot of mistakes and I was only 4 seconds off. This one isn't that hard.
Yeah, honestly, I find it interesting how you say that. I'm only 4 seconds off, because maybe it's because I've been playing a lot of racing games, but in my head, that's huge.
It is
like,
huge.
Oh no, that's way harder to make up. That was a terrible time. Whereas it's once it gets under a second that you're like, oh, that was close. That was a good one.
Well, the difference is evaluating your own performance. Like,
yeah.
4 seconds is huge, but if you know you did horrible, you're like, okay, I can make up 4 seconds. What makes me feel bad is when I'm like 10 seconds off and I feel like I drove well. And it's like, where am I going to find that 10 seconds? I don't understand where that's coming from.
I like FFAO's point. Zenik's just doing this to make your time look better.
Yeah, my time was 1 hour 7. Most of that, I think, was on stage 6, so we'll have to see how Zenik can take it on. It does start to get tiring after a while, I guess, but this is the game where you get in the zone. Zenik is not gonna make it here, unfortunately.
Just barely, too. Oh, you can feel that one.
I was hoping that me saying that would mean that he would.
I do find it interesting what you're saying about it being tiring, and it's like, I guess that's like, things can stack up. Like, the fact that I finished so soon meant that I didn't have to deal with the endurance side of things.
It's true.
Oh, trying to do it early.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was insane. That was, if that happened to me and I was in the passenger seat, I don't think "wow" would be my only reaction. But you know, it is what it is.
I think you'd be dead. Also, that does remind me. I love how basically I think every single stage I finished, I ran into the spectators because they're just on the side of the track. Like I know the like traditional rally thing is to stand on the course and then step out the way, but still.
Yeah, which is insane. I don't understand that at all. Maybe I'm not, I'm just not European enough to understand rally. That just sounds insane to me. That people just, and I've seen videos, they're standing there and the car goes like inches from their face. It's like, what is happening?
That's, I honestly, it's one of those things, I hope it doesn't, like, get cut down on for safety reasons, because, like, it's rally. It's like, yeah, it's a risk. That's why they're there, you know?
Well, I'm just not going then. That's insane to me. I mean, I understand it. I get it. I get that it's part of the thing. Rally is crazy in general. I don't know how these people do it.
Rallies, I got really disappointed because I started realizing how much I'd love to watch rally right as COVID hit, and I'm like, oh, it's all shut down. Shit. I want to watch some. I'm like, oh, this is where the video game drifting is. It's in rally. That's where it's not just like going around the track 20 times. That's where they're doing the crazy stuff. Rally spectators standing close. I'm gonna see if that's still a thing. Is it? Here we go. From 2020. Is it allowed for them to be so close to the track? It isn't allowed. The spectators are just excited.
Dang. Zenic, one really demoralizing thing about this game is that if you make a lot of mistakes early, like, you're done. I don't know. But you still have to finish it out. So you have to learn what you can, but maybe you know it and you just aren't executing. It's just, like, hard to have to bring yourself to do it.
I think an important part there is that if you've like, oh, I screwed up early, I'm probably not going to make it, you still give it your all so that you can keep improving and taking those skills forward. Which I guess avoids the classic, the first few turns are hyper-optimized, but then it goes downhill the further in you get. It's like, no, just do the whole thing. Every single time, do a full run. Yeah. And treat it like a full run.
Most MT games that I play, I would do a whole lot better playing them again, because I learned how to play them already. You know, I wasn't blind anymore. But in this game, that's not the case for me. I feel like the game gives you everything you need to know. This is pretty much all execution. I guess memorizing the courses, but like I'm not going to remember a specific course again unless I play it a whole lot.
Well, that's where the whole rally callouts thing comes in. It's like, yeah, you don't need to memorize the courses. You can just treat it as pure reaction. And you know, in the later stages, it helps to sort of have an idea of what's coming up so you can plan for it. But in the end, you may still only plan for it when something gets called out, and not quite so much like the exact distance between things. Zenic taking a good line there, not drifting, but just like going at a slight angle on 2 quick turns. Yeah,
this is looking pretty good. Zenic is turning a little late on some of these turns, but in general, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
In general, the less fiddling you have to do with your direction, the better your line is.
This is way better on the clock than I've seen at this point in the race so far. But it's...
it could still... No. I think that's it.
Oh! That did it! That crash did it! That's so sad.
It wasn't even the crash, it was that last bump right before the jump. That really cinched
slow
it.
Speed dirt.
Yeah. whereas real rally they use stopwatches to anticipate turns. Yeah, it is still the case though that like, because the stopwatch thing, that's on the dude in the side seat, isn't it? The driver still just sort of goes by what they know. They don't. The whole point is that they don't have to think about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, they're basically doing just as much as the driver is. I don't think you could do well if you didn't have a good second seat.
Yes
person.
and no. Okay. I say that obviously the driver's gonna learn some distances and things. I'm just saying that like the driver is usually pre-anticipating important turns. Yeah. That sort of thing makes sense.
For rally, is it always point to point? Do they ever do multiple laps?
I think it's mostly point to point because I think that's the point of the rally.
Yeah.
Is that like it can do stuff like point to point. And then, you know, they drive back, reset, and go again, and you just sort of keep going the time trials. It's checkpoint based, so it can be whatever.
I see.
In
Do they
Rallycross,
ever and you generally don't go at the same time as another racer, right?
Oh, that last jump.
I think
Laps with different routes per lap. Oh man, that sounds rad.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Watch out.
Yeah,
staggered starts. That makes sense. Yeah, everyone in that audience is completely... They're done. It was a tragedy. But Zenic, not emotionally disturbed by the pain that they've caused, is more interested in becoming the greatest rally driver of all time. So, my joke at the beginning is that the new technology is zooming the camera. And that's the new technology. In your opinion, what is the new technology?
Hang on, what would be the best initial D joke I could make here? No, I'm gonna have to stick with the on double D. That's the best one I got. Oh, that's an unfortunate bump from Zenic. Because rally drivers are basically halfway to sliding out of control at all times. Yeah, that's what makes it so fun. That's why drifting exists in rally, because that's just how it is, and it's kind of rad.
Are there any rally anime? Probably not.
On an honest answer, that's just initial D.
Well, but that's Togue. It's different, or however you pronounce it. That's mountain racing. We need dirt
but at
racing.
the same time, it's just it's not like mountain racing is like those are rally courses in the end. The only difference is that they're actually like counting they're starting and actually racing each other, and not just a time trial. Like, I mean, hell, even Initial D points out that what they're doing is just rally. Like, it's
on asphalt, though.
Rally can be on asphalt.
I guess it
Absolutely.
can. This
several courses can be in. Yeah, this one isn't, but that it's totally just what is the course. In fact, I'm pretty sure that how much is asphalt and how much is dirt can be a very important question in rally, and being able to adjust from one to the other. A lot of rally is mountain racing, yeah.
In Colin McRae, you have to do different like tires for different like terrains, but it's really difficult to tell how it actually affects the speed of your car and stuff. We raced that in some Grand Prix one time or something, and I remember it was really hard to tell what was going on.
So I've got Colin McRae on PlayStation. I didn't realize, but that's like the same series as Dirt, isn't it? That's like that became Dirt.
Oh, did it? Interesting.
I think so. I'm not sure, but I remember looking up. It's like, yeah, that's the same devs or something.
Oh, 0.4 again. That's exactly the time that Zenic had last time. Not like the most recent time, but the closest.
I've got to get the new dirt at some point, but I'm thinking I might wait for like when a new one comes out, and then it's kind of nice to just sort of start fresh with a new game. Mainly because I've come to realize that if I because I got a sim wheel in that, and I've realized that mainly through playing Wreckfest, if you're drifting and like going from lock to lock to lock and shit like that, it's really tiring. Like that's a not insignificant workout, but it's also not a huge one, obviously.
Did you ever use the brake in this game?
No, never. Just you don't need to.
Did you do controller or
can
keyboard?
Controller. Looks like it's time for another ZenicReverie Championship. I gotta play that game sometime. Seems like it'd be fun.
There's another game in, it must have been in an old top 8, because I've been working on getting those videos up on YouTube. That's really similar to this and Drift Out 94, but not part of that series.
Come on, Zenic. You got it.
Yeah!
That's it.
Way good. 1.63, way ahead.
All
right, final stage, which is Great Britain, apparently. I guess everybody's there.
Yeah, okay. Which actually is about right for Britain, when you think about it.
It's true.
Oh, is there another sequel in this series? Or is this the last one?
As I understand, I think this is the last one. And the original Drift Out is, like, not this good. So Drift Out 94 and this are, like, the only ones you can play from this series. But,
okay,
I mean, you can play the original Drift Out. I think it's just, like, not.
In my heart, I want a version of this, but there's little sprites of people on the track that, like, scatter whenever you turn a corner. And you know that you can, I'm saying this, and you can picture it in your head too. Just a bunch of those sprites doing a little running animation as soon as you turn a corner.
So in Drift Out, the first one, the camera stays fixed at your car at a fixed angle, so every time you turn, the whole camera turns.
That would get dizzying.
Which is not great. But, yeah, there's another game that's called, like, World Rally Championship or something? Am I mixing that up with something else?
World Rally Championship. Which, okay, looks, honestly, I'm looking at it and it looks like it's a dirt competitor sort of thing.
Yeah, so here's here's the arcade version of that. And so I think that was in some top 8 one time or something, but this could be one to bring back if anyone wants to test that out.
I mean, this game could have the initial D, like, plastic cup with water in it as you go around the corners.
Yeah, it's true. I'm happy that it doesn't. Also, what do you think of this music with the church bells on this final stage? This is quite a track.
Honestly, the music in this game ain't bad. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's unique.
Oh no, you've killed a man.
That guy's gone.
I like how sometimes they stop you, but if you're like mid drift, the game's fair, and it's just like, nah, you just absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah, at least most of the time, like, they don't get in your way. If they're on the turn with you, they can screw you up.
I'm watching Zenic just sort of like try and make these turns that bit too late, and it hurts.
Yeah, this attempt might not even make it to the second checkpoint.
Yeah.
You always took that shortcut, and I do think that that's going to be the better route here. Oh, there he goes.
Just doing a little spin.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Wow.
But yeah, a modern incarnation of this game, I think would go hard. I think people would play it.
They were pointing out Art of Rally is basically that.
I don't know about that.
I looked it up, and yeah, it pretty much looks like it.
Oh yeah. Isn't this? Oh no, I must have just played the demo. I remember this game like having like nothing, having like very few courses, but maybe I'm misremembering.
I mean, that's the case for a lot of indie racing games like that. Course design is hard. People would insist on manual shifting. I'm pretty sure if it was this arcade, people would not care about manual shifting. It's like, what's that? I literally just press a button and immediately full lock? No, it needs to be more realistic.
Zenic taking the shortcut this time, which I think is definitely the way to go. Still not even making that second checkpoint, though. When you finished, you were at about 4 seconds at that second checkpoint. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what we're looking for Zenic to be at least there. Or is it the first checkpoint that's just really far into the course? I don't totally remember.
Okay, Balls and Bulbs come in, and now I'm gonna go on an initial D-Ran. Why does everyone use Deja Vu for drifting when that scene has no drifting in it? It's like the only scene in the anime that does not use drifting. It's like, why is that the one that everyone uses? It's not. Deja Vu was not a song made for drifting.
I like
Beat of the Rising Sun, that's all drifting, you know?
I like Speedy Speed Boy.
Speedy
You know that
Speed
one?
Boy? No, is that, you mean Space Boy?
No, there's Space Boy, but then there's also Speedy Speed Boy, which is an Initial D song. I don't know which one it's from. I've only like heard Initial D song compilation or whatever. So like I don't know, you know. They have weird names too. It's not like fifth part, it's a fifth stage, right? Isn't it stage is what they call it?
Yeah, it's 5 stages and then final stage.
Got it.
Also, now I'm trying to remember one song that plays when it's just like, listen, we're just gonna have a slow-mo of Takumi going over 2 corners and just enjoy that for a minute. I can't remember the name of it. Where is it?
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, 0.7 that one guy, but that's not the end. That's a checkpoint. So even if they had gotten in under in like with 1 second left, it's still not really enough to finish the race.
Unless you do like perfect.
Yeah, when
Which is
Adam
sort of
finished, they
the
were coming
way-
into that second checkpoint at 4 seconds.
Yeah, that's sort of the way with a lot of, like, even Daytona's the same thing. Technically, if you hit the checkpoint, you have enough time to get to the next one, but it's like, no, you actually don't. You need to be doing fucking Taz levels of good to keep that up.
Yeah, it's kind of bad design.
I wouldn't say that purely because it's arcade design, and that's like a whole other can of worms.
Yeah.
And there is such a thing as good design for an arcade. You know, even considering quarter munching, there is a way to design that well.
Yeah, I like Bishibashi. I played that in an arcade, and I think it's very fair
yeah.
with when you do well, you get to continue, and when you don't, you don't.
Well, there's always the classic, which I've recently become very fond of. That is essentially you can play the single player game, and then anyone at any point can challenge you in a fighting game, racing game, and then whoever wins gets a free play to go back to playing single player.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, you can beat someone out of their quarters and then have a go at single player again.
Okay, so this is useful. Zenic's gonna get to actually drive this end section, which is not hard, especially compared to this like second part. But seeing that you need to make up 7 seconds there, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of time. So hopefully they feel like there are places where you can make all that up. And you notice, like, you really can save. You know, Zenic was less than half a second away on stage 5 and then finished it by like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Once you have the thing down, so.
That's the song, Mission Impossible. That's the one that should be the drifting song.
But speaking of top 8s, as I was mentioning, I was going through those videos earlier. You sure played a lot of games in a row last year.
No
That was like
shit.
a long time.
I woke up at like 3 a.m. and finished at midday. And I played every single game. I still don't think I can ever top that again. Like, that's going to be the greatest achievement of my fucking life.
No,
is
well, and
beating
yeah,
those-
even if you win again, I think that last year we had a lot of long goals. Probably too long. So I mean, it just kind of happened to be that way, though. Looking at top 8 this year, a lot of the goals just aren't quite that long. But, like, it was intense games, too, like that jump grid and stuff. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Okay, this is better. Didn't remember that immediate turn, and the game really doesn't warn you with enough time there.
Yeah, like the closest thing I had to a break was Out of Balance and that Pogo game. You know, the one that I yelled at you guys because I was so convinced that one of you made it. Zenic was pretty close on that one too. That's a shame.
Yeah, I had a better second part, but a pretty bad third part. But it's because Zenic's only driven the third part. That's only the second time they've ever seen it. So hopefully, the big issue with the third part is that right after you go through the checkpoint, you have to turn immediately, and the game really doesn't warn you soon enough. So hopefully,
yeah, that was one of the ones that it's like that's a bad timing for that call out. But to which the devs would say, yeah, we were told to because it was in an arcade and it was the last
Yeah.
stage. Have you ever played an arcade game with a fair last stage? No, you haven't. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. The last stage of a beat 'em up, you fight a guy with a gun, and he always insta-kills you. That's how it works. Last stage of a racing game is near impossible, and you need you need to be a literal god in order to beat it. Unless it's a rhythm game, those are fine. People just play those all day. Doesn't really matter.
so I would say until the very end, Zenic had an excellent first half here. First half out of the 3 halves. Because this stage is longer than all the rest. Oh, look at this. Pretty far into... Okay. This is looking decent. I don't think it's
Ooh.
7 seconds better decent, but, like, hopefully can give some
Yeah.
motivation here.
Yeah, it's not bad, but they're hitting the speed down a lot. These corners are not going to be
Oh,
fast
and
enough,
that
'cause
dude.
This game is just brutal like that. Like, you need to hit those corners at max speed. And if you don't, that's just it.
I want Zenic to cut my hour 7 time. I know he can do it.
Wow. Can someone mod this game and replace the WoW with an Owen Wilson? Wow.
And the long play of this, I think, is only like 10 minutes long,
Sorry, I just...
with no fails.
I'm reminded of that one legendary Jack and Daxter run on GDQ. You know the one where they were looking for the car keys, and then and this is the car. Therefore, that explains the WoW. It all makes sense clearly. Bonesaw, exactly.
Yeah, Maurice had to quit because their game crashed, apparently. Which is too bad. I'm glad it
that
didn't
sucks.
crash for either of these racers.
It seemed pretty stable, actually. Like, this doesn't seem like the sort of thing that would crash on you.
It would just be a MAME thing.
Oh, the speed down again.
Okay, this is looking okay time.
Alright.
But I will
Zenik,
say that you had
God.
more time on that checkpoint and finished with 0.15 seconds left, so it's going to be a
Zenik,
difficult
play like
finish.
a god.
This is a good third section. Ooh, it's speed down, though.
No. Zenik was not able to play like a god. That's unfortunate.
Way better, though. Cutting
Yeah,
that
definite
time.
improvement.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, we've got other people. Yeah, we've got Bright Shadow, Mooware, and yeah, Bright Shadow and Mooware in the race.
Actually, has this game been raced before on SRL? Now I'm curious.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna check.
We talked about racing this. I don't remember if we ever did. I don't think we did.
Nope, nothing for Neo Drift out.
FAO, Maurice, and I raced Drift Out 94, like, again one time, and then we're like, we gotta do Neo Drift Out. And we never did. Sounds like FAO finally bit the bullet and played it, and then submitted it.
Well, I guess I've now set it an impossible goal for everyone. Oh dear.
Zenik is doing this. Like,
This-
maybe not
yeah.
this attempt, but, like, this is looking so much cleaner than it was.
Yeah, a lot more steadiness in these turns. Just making it and then just going. No second guessing, fine tuning.
Oh, I always found this snake sequence really difficult right after the checkpoint. I never got through it very well.
Come on. If Zenik is the god, I don't think Zenik's too. Almost.
Not bad. There's a
Oh,
second and a
Zenik's
half
got
of
this.
time there.
Come on.
So really, Zenik needs that run, but a clean third section, and then that would do it for sure.
Yeah.
Relatively clean. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh, and Bright Shadow just squeaking by with the finish in second place.
Nice. Congrats to Bright Shadow, cutting my time by 4 minutes.
Which, yeah, you gotta think, that's gotta be a morale boost for Zenik. Just like, okay, no, this was actually a reasonable time. This was not like...
Yeah.
Do the other viewers not stream? I believe some of them do, but we're focused on the match specifically.
Yeah, we only restream the people who are actually competing in this bracket match, but the races are open for anyone to join, including you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you might be.
Yes, yeah, because this specific match was me versus Zenik.
Because
I know sometimes we do pull them up, but that's usually like for a special case or something.
yeah, sometimes you win because you have raw game skill, but in order to improve at blind racing, you have to blind race. That's kind of the only...
What the...
I think Zenik is
break the
trying
car?
to end it early, which is smart. Saves time.
I thought the car was busted. I'm like, why isn't it going?
So I think the better racers join a lot of races. You know, it's not 100% true, but in general, they're playing stuff, keeping their minds and their hands limber.
The big thing with Mystery Funhouse is that, like, you can improve by joining many races. You can also improve just by playing video games.
It's true.
Like, the more... I would make the case that the reason I got such a low time in this game is because I've been playing a lot of racing games, and I've got that mindset. And it's like, yeah, this is very arcadey, but you know, it's not even direct skills, but mindsets that can transfer over. Like, just the fact that you've played some really speedy platformer helps you think differently when you're racing one. So that's why I love MT, because the answer to how do I practice is go play video games. Just keep playing video games. Never stop playing video games. Play a lot of
Absolutely.
racing games.
No,
so
I don't
suck
have
at all
any
of them.
frame drops or anything. So I
Yeah.
think that's probably just you.
Zenic, come on. This is a turn. You got this. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no!
This is going to be the closest. Will it be enough? I don't know.
No.
No.
No, it's not enough. Actually, no, that's a
Also
fair
not
bit
even the
off.
closest.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this sort of relative control scheme, where when you press left, you're going left relative to the direction your character's facing, rather than, like, up to go up?
Oh, that's perfectly natural.
Yeah, I find
especially, you know,
think
for
it'd be
a
weird,
car.
but for a game like this, I think it works.
It's ID. It's because you're in a car. That's how a car works.
That's true. I drove one today, in fact.
It's like if you were complaining about tank controls in a game where you play as a tank.
What
It's
if
like,
cars had
that's the
absolute
point.
control? Yeah, there's
Oh my God.
the north button in the car that just makes the car go north wherever that might be. That'd be awesome.
It sounds like a drone with extra steps.
Ooh, still missing this immediate turn. You lose a lot of speed there.
I would also make the case that tank controls are actually quite good, and that you know, they're perfectly fine in any sort of video game so long as it's designed around it.
I think it
But that's
depends
a
on the
bigger
game.
argument.
Sometimes in a platformer, your character makes a little bit of a wide turn. So if they're asking you to jump on little things, it's pretty difficult to make that happen.
That may be so, but if the game is designed so that you never have to make a narrow turn, then why not? What's wrong?
Yeah,
what's
when
wrong
it
with
comes
that?
to,
Tomb
like,
Raider.
you know,
Tomb Raider.
Prince of Persia
Perfect
3D.
example.
a
Why
great
do you
game.
keep? Why does that keep getting? Tomb Raider is just that, but better. Why does everyone keep using that as the
Because
example?
that was played on Mystery Funhouse, and Tomb Raider never has been, except for that one time it was in Gamesgiving.
Games giving, and then people quit on it before it could finish. I swear to God, I will. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna win this tournament, and then I'm gonna make you all race Tomb Raider. All right? That's what's happening. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now.
Well, Mooware's doing weeklies again. You could probably get some version of Tomb Raider added to that.
Tomb
Although
Raider
you can't
2,
really do
easy.
Tomb Raider in one session. Any of them, really. You'd have to...
Oh, you could just set a certain level goal. Because especially for Tomb Raider 2, like either just the first level or the first two levels, because past that they start getting more open-ended, whereas those ones are more linear. And like, there you go. Wow. Hitting the speed down's just not turning quite soon enough. That's
Yeah, the AI cars are...
re-
The real Charlie is long gone moment.
I don't know what that is.
We raced the Italian Job based off of
Oh.
the 60s TV show, not the Jason Statham movie. And there was a mission where you chased Charlie, and if he got away, it said, "Charlie is long gone." And our players failed that a lot, so we saw that message a lot.
If there's spinner support, I don't. My mind just immediately goes to fidget spinners, and now I'm just imagining like you just spin in order to turn.
Bright Shadow apparently failed one of these courses one time with a minus .02.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Insane.
That is probably literally one frame. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at... this is looking good. This is looking good.
Oh.
It's not perfect, but I think it's good.
This turn, Zenic. Oh. It's still not bad. Still a lot of time. Oh no. You put that car in the way. Okay. It's possible. It's possible.
It's gonna be really tight, but it is possible. Oh, get out of the way, dude.
Actually, Zenic hit the checkpoint with 4 seconds, right? Like you said I did.
Yeah.
It could happen.
And you got a .15, so... I mean, it's doable. No.
No.
Still, though,
Just barely.
not even the best attempt, but close to it.
Someone should add this to the video game music quiz.
It's pretty recognizable, if you've heard it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like that's totally fair for like general trivia, right? Oh my god, Muwe got a minus 0.07.
I'm sure they're all on stage 6 at this point. This is definitely the hardest in the game, in addition to being the final stage.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this seems like your kind of game.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I do honestly I tend to do well with these hyper skill focused and execution focused things. This is very much my wheelhouse.
This is a winners 5 match though, so you're both still in it.
Hmm. Which I forget. I think I've got one more before top 8, or is it 2 more?
Let's take a look. It's one more than you think because we have an extra round this year. One more before top 8, and it's versus Andy. You have an opponent.
Oh. Alright, so I will see you all in losers bracket.
And 4H, you could beat and 4H in a game or two. I think it's just gonna really depend on what that game is.
Could is the key word.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me is for against both Andy and Captain Drake, my strengths are also their strengths, and I'm pretty sure they're stronger. So I've sort of got to hope for a weakness more than anything.
I could see you potentially beating Andy in a puzzle game.
No, I tried that once and failed miserably.
What game?
It was some itch.io puzzle thing.
It doesn't narrow it down for us.
No, it doesn't, but I don't remember it. I don't even remember what the mechanics were. I just remember it was a puzzle game, and I'm like, it's quote me on this, it's another fucking puzzle game from itch.io.
Yeah.
That has like 20 levels.
It's
Sort
gonna
of like
be a
saying
close
in-
race either way. That's one to watch. The other side of the winners bracket.
Wouldn't that
Well, I
be
guess we
losers
end up with
bracket?
4 people in top 8 from winners. So it's
Yes.
either this top match, which already exists, is going to be Adam versus and 4H. The next match is going to be either Andy, normal Andy, Pika Pals, or the Gons. So one of those people is going to be, and then they're going to be versus the winner of that. On this other
It's got another
end, we have
possible run.
Draconic Dawn, Vitoral, or someone. And then the final person is either Whitley, Shrambles, Triscor, or Lightning. All very strong names still in the winner's bracket. A lot of strong names in the loser's bracket, too.
Clean turn. 1, 0. No!
Nope.
Ah, again. Just barely missing it. Yeah, I'm gonna make the executive decision to order lunch now, because otherwise it's gonna get too late. I need to get me some chicken. I'm trying to find out that I shall be back in a moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this to I'll take it to 90 minutes and then raid Zenic if he still has not completed it. But I believe in him. Not so much this round. But we'll have to see. Zenic trying this other way. I don't think this is the way. Oh, do we have another race? Oh, I forgot. Well, I'll do that one then. I don't think I have the stamina for any vodcasts today. Tapioca was here earlier. Give Mame.
I am in the return.
Wow.
Hitting the slowdown there. Oh no, Zenic.
Oh, pretty late on that checkpoint. It might have been better to just...
Making a ballsy move to just go for it,
Yeah.
and that's going to be a failure. That's unfortunate, but that's just how it is.
Tapioca is alive. The game will be asked to be given soon.
Oh boy. speaking of, there it is.
Like a pretty good run.
Alright, Zenic, this is your time.
Oh,
Oh, that's... okay, well...
okay.
I recovered
Oh.
it with the corner cut, and then also with that corner. Okay, this is gonna be a questionable one. Nice line. Oh, that's gonna kill it, unfortunately.
And I gotta switch over, but good luck to Zenic.
Alright, well, on that note, I am going to be dropping, so
Good
hope
luck.
y'all enjoy the next race.